Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to install this Arlec recessed security sensor. So it's a motion activated security sensor to an existing downlight which is in the eave soffit at the rear of our home. So I chose this one because there's a path that runs behind the home, and with the 360-degree detection angle it'll activate no matter what direction you walk past the light or towards the light, as opposed to the other version which you might find at the hardware store next to these ones, which just have a tilt function, but they only basically point in one direction. So they have I think a 180-degree detection angle and a longer detection range of around 12 meters. I've also got those installed around the home, but for this particular application I'm going to use this one. And when installed, it's a pretty clean look because it's recessed into the eave soffit, so all you really see is just this white part here and then the sensor. So yeah, clean install. We need to hardwire it, so I'll show you how to do that. And before we get started, we need to turn off the power. So we'll go do that now. So this is the tilt version, also by Arlec. So it has a narrower detection angle of about 180 degrees, but a longer detection range of 12 meters. So this one's used for the patio to activate all the patio lights. So it works perfectly for that. And that's just another motion sensor that I've installed here at the side gate, which switches this light on. So I've got these dotted around the home, as well as a couple of the recess sensors, of which we are going to be installing one today, so that you can leave all the lights switched on, and you know, if you need to walk around the home at night time, they come on automatically, so you don't need to worry about switching them on or off manually before you go outside and come back inside. So it's a safety benefit as well as a convenience benefit there. But anyway, we'll turn off the power and then we'll get started. So for this home, the lighting and the ceiling fans are on a separate circuit to the power point, so we just need to switch off this panel here. We can leave these ones alone, so if there's someone doing something inside requiring power points or whatever, they're not impacted while you're working on the lights. So yeah, it's a smart way to do it. Not many tools and materials needed for this job, but we obviously have the motion sensor there, some cabling, wire cutters, a small flathead screwdriver, a drill with a 40mm hole saw, and we've got a step ladder there so we can reach up. That's pretty much it. So we'll just open up the box now and have a look at the motion sensor. Okay, so we just need to twist this off anti-clockwise to reveal the sensor, and then the settings. So we've got lux and time. So lux determines how dark it needs to be before it will activate the light, and time speaks for itself, so how long you want the light to illuminate. So you can adjust it between 10 seconds and 15 minutes. So it's a little bit harder to adjust these once they're installed compared to the tilt sensor which I showed you earlier, because you need to remove this cap and then obviously use a flathead screwdriver as you do with the other ones, but it can be a little bit more difficult to remove this cap once it's installed. But yeah, typically these are set and forget anyway. So the plan is to install the sensor in the middle behind the downlight, and I'm just checking that there's nothing there so I can drill in and it's fine. While I'm here, I'll just disconnect this light because the wiring requires it to be connected to the motion sensor and then to the light, which I'll show you in a moment. But just to get this out of the way, leave that there so I know how far to drill back, so I don't actually have the sensor being obstructed by this cover, if that makes sense. So I just did a walk past test just to be comfortable that if I mount it here, it's got enough range to activate, so it'll detect movement, and it's fine. So although there's blinds here and everything, basically, yeah, if you're walking along the path, it should be fine, because I don't want to mount it out here. I'd rather it to be a little bit more out of the weather. So we'll drill the hole now. So on to the wiring situation here. So we've got it marked on the side, L for supply active, which is from the home, so the live hot wire from the home. We've got active, which is a wire that will run from the sensor to the lamp, which is going to be the brown wire here. And then we've got neutral, which is also running from the home, so it's a black wire from the home, I'll show in a moment, but it also needs to be connected to the blue wire here on the light. So I'll just open up these terminals so that we can get these all connected, and it's also marked on the sensor as well, so LAN. So we've got live, active, neutral. And I need to remove this terminal strip that you can see here. So we've got red, which is live, the hot wire, and then the black wire neutral. So we'll just connect those to the sensor now. Okay, so we've got the wiring from the home connected into the sensor. So the live hot wire, the red one, is connected into L, and the black neutral wire connected into N. And just make sure that you feed the wiring down through the hole that you've drilled for the sensor. So typically it would come out from the light fitting hole. You need to feed it through the sensor, and then the light fitting wiring will obviously feed out through this hole as well and connect to the sensor. Okay, so here it is all wired up. So we've got the wiring from the home with the white cover. So the earth is taped up, it's not required. Again, just to recap, the red wire, the hot wire, is connected into the supply active L, and then we have two neutrals. So we've got the black from the home, the blue from the light. It can be a little bit tricky to get those both connected into that terminal. There's not much room, but I managed to do that. And then finally the brown wire, which is the load to the lamp, so supplies light power to the lamp in the center there. So I'll just test it now. The easiest way to test it is to just put the lux onto the sunshine, so basically the lightest light level setting, and then onto the shortest time, 10 seconds. And then if it's all working as expected, we'll turn the power off again, push it into its recess, put the cap on, and then turn the power back on, and then we should be done. Alright, there we go. So tested and working, so job done. I've just set it to the lowest light level, so it only activates when it's pretty much completely dark, and for 90 seconds. So there we go. Any questions or comments, leave them below and I'll get back to you. And as always, thanks for watching. Cheers.